Oh, I know he'll pardon us. I believe that with all my heart. You know, the thing is hopefully getting him, for him to be able to get into the position where he can at least be, I think, on the ballot to run, right? Because once
you have 1 minute remaining.
Oh yeah, he's calling from jail.
Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine.
In support of Ukraine, you mean?
Hell Ukraine, hell Asia.
Let's talk about the Proud Boys. This is wild. A Proud Boy was sentenced on Friday for his role on January 6th. He smashed a Capitol window. Maybe he had a role in stealing that door. Got 10 years in prison. He apparently had said that he had turned over a new leaf, but then after being sentenced declared that Trump won, because this is TDS. When they say Trump derangement syndrome, it's his supporters. The Banana Republic's a fucking store.
Another member of the Proud Boys is sentenced. Dominic Pizzola, a member of the far-right group, will spend the next 10 years behind bars. The 46-year-old smashed a window with a police shield on the western side of the Capitol on January 6, giving rioters their first chance to breach the building. Prosecutors were seeking 20 years in this case. Former Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio is scheduled to be sentenced.
Carly, good evening. I am so sorry that I'm not on Twitch. I've done everything I can to try to get it back. I think the prosecution was close. 20 years sounded better to me. Fuck this dude. If he's one of the first to breach the Capitol, you should make an example of him. 20 years. I like it. And I'm not for draconian fucking sentencing, but fucking make an example. You can't try to overturn the government.
Sentence on Tuesday. Prosecutors are asking for 33 years in his case.
Wow. So apparently Pizzola took a police officer's riot shield and used it to smash the window following the rioters. Timothy Kelly noted that Pizzola of Rochester, New York, was a newcomer to the group who didn't write the kind of increasingly violent online messages that his co-defendants did leading up to the January 6th attack. Still, he was in some ways a tip of the spear. The reality is you smash that window in and let people begin to stream into the Capitol and threaten the lives of our lawmakers. It's not something that I ever dreamed I would have seen in our country. Defense attorneys had asked for 5 years for Pizzola, saying that he got caught up in the craziness. So Pizzola testified at the trial that he originally grabbed the officer's shield to protect himself from police riot control measures, and protect yourself from police riot control measures as you're breaching the Capitol. Argued that he broke only one pane of glass and that it was other rioters who smashed out the rest of the window. He told the judge that he wished he'd never crossed into a restricted area, and he apologized to the officer whose shield he took. There is no place in my future for groups or politics whatsoever. But later, as he left the courtroom, he raised a fist and said, "Trump won." Oh no, this is a different one. This is Joe Biggs. Joe Biggs was sentenced to 17 years. Sorry, he looks a lot like the other dude. All these white asshole motherfuckers look alike. I'm too radical for Twitch.
Oh, I know he'll pardon us. I believe that with all my heart. You know, the thing is hopefully getting him, for him to be able to get into the position where he can at least be, I think, on the ballot to run, right? Because once
you have 1 minute remaining.
Oh yeah, he's calling from jail.
If they start trying to go after him once he's on there, I have to understand that the legalities of that. But I do believe that Donald J. Trump will pardon us, and he should. We didn't do anything. You know, we're his supporters. We went there like he asked, and things went wrong that day, and that's sad. And that's
well, there's no doubt they set us all up. We were all patsies that day, Joe. You got to come back on anytime you want on the broadcast. Anytime you can get on, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. weekdays, Sundays, or we can always tape. We love you. People should go to freejoebiggs.com and donate to support your appeal. They want to grind us down. They want to break our will. Give me a 1776, brother.
1976, brother.
All
Hey,
right,
man,
Joe.
I love you guys. Thanks.
I don't fucking what. Joey, good evening. What do we do with these people? What do like? Like if I wanted to try to sway our friend Jax that was in here earlier, you know, I did it the wrong way, but like I don't think there's any swaying Jax, so I just, you know, that's why I just break down and call right wingers morons. What do we do about people like this? These fuckers are crazy, and like a lot of these are middle-aged men that actually have a little bit of money. Like what the fuck? I don't even, how is it? I don't know how Jax has left the building. This is probably a good thing. I figured. But like, this is an issue. Neo-Nazis converge, declaring white supremacy days after a mass shooting in Jacksonville. Neo-Nazis were heard chanting white power, Jews will not replace us, and we are everywhere. Here's the thing is I've already seen right-wingers, apparently one of them had an anarchist tattoo on their arm. And they've shared that out, and they've been like, well, it was Antifa dressed up as neo-Nazis. But if you'll notice, this dude has a tattoo of I don't remember what that rune's called. That's a fucking Nazi symbol, isn't it? Okay, all these guys are tatted up with Nazi symbols, I'd say. Like fucking, I don't think Antifa, like that don't look like an Antifa to me. This fucking skinhead out here. Well, you can't, like, this is the thing that I learned in like my practical reasoning class, logic class or something I had to take in college. Like, you can't reason somebody out of a position they didn't reason themselves into. So if it's a belief, if it's just something that, and smart people are the worst. If a smart person wants to believe dumb shit, they can convince themselves of it and come up with like some crazy cog diss. So like, finally took the twitch off of the promos. I got the kick up there. It had been annoying me, so I had to go do a little work this weekend. Displays of white supremacy seen across parts of Orlando this weekend have signaled a reminder to many of the NAACP's warnings about state growing increasingly hostile under the leadership of Governor Ron DeSantis. On Saturday, several neo-Nazis were observed as they participated in a March of the Red Shirts with swastikas, Hitler salutes, and chants. The state's ADL identified the extremist group seen at Crane's Roost Park in Altamont Springs as the Goyim Defense League and the Blood Tribe. There were about 51 people gathered over a bridge dressed in a uniform that consisted of a red shirt, black pants, and black masks. Some of their chants included white power, Jews will not replace us, and we are everywhere. Florida Representative Anna V. Escamani, who represents District 42, said the display was absolutely disgusting stuff and another example of the far-right extremism growing in Florida. As she captured footage shared on Twitter, a similar scene unfolded outside of Disney World, where an anti-Semitic and anti-LGBTQ+ demonstration was executed by the Order of the Black Sun, the Aryan Freedom Network, and 14 First members. Earlier this summer in June, the tourist attraction was the site of similar protests. Signs that blasted racist and homophobic slurs were on display. Others showed their unwavering support for DeSantis' presidential campaign, which has stood on pillars of anti-inclusivity and active efforts to erase DEI initiatives across the state. The controversial gatherings come just 1 week after 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmeter targeted and killed 3 black people at a Jacksonville Dollar General. Authorities say the gunman used an AR-15 style rifle that had white swastikas drawn on it in the racially motivated attack. The tragedy is currently being investigated as a hate crime by the FBI. Now, here is the video captured by Representative Escamani of the neo-Nazis. Well, it has certainly been propagandized by Lost Cause fucking propaganda. Holy shit, Lost Cause propaganda being the remnants of the Confederacy, whitewashing the past about slavery. If you don't know about the United Daughters of the Confederacy and their push to censor textbooks all across the South, there is a lot of information out there, and they succeeded. There is like a whole 2 or 3 generations that grew up in the South that do not know the history of this country. And if you don't know your history, what the fuck indeed?
Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine.
In support of Ukraine, you mean?
Hell Ukraine, hell Azov.
Tell me this, Christopher. You are, a sizable gathering, but
I think Biden's better than Trump because he sends rockets to Ukraine.
In support of Ukraine, you mean?
Hell Ukraine, hell Azov.
Well, that's wild. That's a take. They aren't far right. They are Nazis who were on camera saying they want to vote for Joe Biden because they support the Azov battalion, and Biden keeps sending Ukrainian Nazi militias money. How do I know? Because I was in Altamont Springs today, and I was verbally harassed.
When you look at who showed up, oh my God, Laura Schumer!
Get my hair done, and I was about to drive.
We're not voting Trump, Laura.
And I saw it, so
We're not voting for the right wing. It's the kike wing. We're all DeSantis supporters. Woo! We don't vote.
So Laura Loomer saying they're not far right, and then one of them was like, "We're DeSantis supporters."
Kike wing.
Right? He's got all these laws against anti-Semites and stuff.
Woo!
What are you doing here? You're joking when you say DeSantis.
What are you doing here, Lord? Ron DeSantis is a joke. Ron DeSantis is a joke.
And then he's saying Ron DeSantis is a joke.
Kike wing will never speak up for white people.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
I'm not getting everything how you say that.
Once again. Ho!
Read Mein Kampf.
Ho! Ho!
I have actually, and I've read like there's a version that has like a read along with historians. It like puts everything in context. It's really fucking fascinating. This is a lot of fun. What in the fuck is going on? I guess it's cool that yeah, that was Laura Loomer. I guess it was cool. It's cool that the right wing is splintering. That's neat. I'm down with that.